I thought the person that was in critical danger was one of our males. I was mistaken. It's a girl. And I will be telling you who she is in the next few minutes. But there's only two people we can guess. Michaela or Laurel. One of them two is alive and in critical danger. But let's start off how this episode started. Episode 4. It started off in a bar. Annalise drinking, which she is doing a lot of this season. But she was not alone. Who came back? Eve came back. She's in town. And she went to see Annalise. We see her on her phone a lot. She says that it's work. Annalise like, no, it's not. It's something else. We're also going to find out what that was, that phone call she keeps on having. And the next day, Annalise gets up, completely hungover, and has to go to court since she has a seminar for law students, and they take up Bono case each episode. And the one in charge is Asher. So we see Asher very nervous in the courthouse. And we see Annalise come in. And Asher's looking at her like, oh my god, please help me. But she's like, I'm hungover, it's up to you. So Asher doesn't do a really good job in his case. But he keeps getting interrupted because they're saying something to the other lawyer who's in the other side. And we find out something, which was, I showed you guys a little clip of what Annalise did to one of her clients. So Annalise's license gets suspended. She is suspended. She is no longer a lawyer in practice. Following that, since her license gets suspended, her tenure also gets suspended. She can no longer teach. And she's literally sent home on what she did to her client. Which, personally, he deserved it. He was a pig. And he killed a girl and had her stuffed in a fridge and somehow... Yeah. Okay, he was just like a horrible, horrible human being. And I was like, when she slapped him, I was like, yeah, you go, girl. Like, but, okay, obviously that was not the right thing to do, but still. In television, I can still, I can go against the law. So since Annalise is no longer in practice, Bonnie takes over for Asher's case, which takes a dramatic turn for the worst. It really touches heart on something that both Asher and Bonnie have been a victim of, or yeah, they've been the victim of. And Bonnie does not take the right steps, she doesn't do the right thing to win her case. She ends up destroying her client. She does win the case, but feels sucky about it, winning it. Annalise gets fired, she gets drunk, and she has a big confrontation with Nate. They get really mad, they get into this big argument, and let's just say she tells him something that should have not been said, and literally kicks him out, which is technically just breaking up the relationship. And Nate, as a hurt man, and every single episode that TV has to have, what does he do? He sleeps with someone else. Not just someone else, another lawyer who's very against Annalise, is totally enemy of her. She does not like her at all. But hey, I don't know if he wants to get back in Annalise. I don't know if he wants to get back in. I don't know if he wants to get back at Annalise, or he does like her, or he's just doing for man ego, which he has a big ego. Once Nate's gone, Annalise calls up her dear friend, ex-girlfriend, ex-lover, but still a very close friend, Eve. They have a drink. Annalise tries to make a pass at her, and Eve accepts but rejects her in the end, and ends up telling her, I have a girlfriend, we're moving in together. Annalise tells her, do you love her? Does she love you? Questions are yes. So Anna and Eve says, I'm gonna marry her. So both lovers of Annalise, both Nate and Eve, are gone from Annalise's life. And she did not just have lost her career. Now she loses her love life. So she is just going down a spiraling staircase of my life sucks and this is horrible. But of course, she's not the only one with a life-sucking moment at the moment. You can also remember Laurel, which is she's still totally into Frank, even though she does not know where he is. Well, we find out kind of where he is. We just see him at this like creepy hospital, and he's dressed as a janitor, and we have no idea what he's planning to do being there. Like, they say, oh, it's in Coldport, and they keep mentioning the place. And Laurel goes to Frank's dad to try to find out where he is. She does not find out where he is, but she does find out something very significant and very big, but not surprising about Frank. She finds out Frank has been in jail in his past life. So this is new to the story, but not surprising since we know Frank has done a lot of not so good things. A little bit later, Bonnie gets a call. Her father has been killed in the hospital where he was being taken care of. Bonnie's dad is the worst human being in the planet. We're not so mad that her dad died, but her dad was in a hospital in Coldport, whereas Frank in a hospital at Coldport. And an obvious answer is Frank did it. Frank killed Bonnie's dad, and I am sorry. Good for you. Hooray, Frank. It's something that should have been done years ago. To a happier note, not so much sadness. We know Wes is with a new girl. He has a girlfriend named Maggie. She is totally sweet, super smart, a medical student. Really likes him. But Wes is concerned about Laurel, which makes Maggie feel bad and like jealous, which anyone would have been. So he finds out Wes's birthday is coming up. So what does she do? She throws him a surprise party. But she asks Laurel to help. Laurel says yes. Laurel is dealing with the whole Frank and everything situation. And Wes is very suspicious and confronts her. And she's like, okay, I'll tell you. You know, Maggie's throwing you a surprise birthday party. So Wes kind of buys the situation. And then in the very end, we find out the person that is in critical danger is Laurel. Laurel is the one that was found under the gravel, and that is now in critical danger and being rushed to a hospital. We see Oliver and Bonnie at the hospital. Oliver trying to get information from the doctors, from the nurses, of how critical is Laurel. And then they see someone very important. They see Maggie. And they're screaming, Maggie, Maggie, Maggie. Maggie is rushing with some papers in her hands and goes into the surgery room. He rushes into the surgery room where they're taking care of Laurel. Like, about, oh, I was the one running the analysis. The doctor's like, okay, get to the point. And she's like, hold on for a second. She is pregnant. Then Laurel is pregnant. Up to now, we have no idea who is the dad. It could be Frank, it could be Wes. So we don't know. That's how they end this episode. With Maggie saying the patient is pregnant and then literally seeing the patient and saying, I know her. We just don't know who's the daddy. And that's how our 4th episode ends. Stay tuned and keep watching my reviews and comments on how to get away with murder. And don't forget to watch the show on Thursday nights on ABC. Bye guys.